Hey everybody, Miss B here. Welcome back to the Joy of Reading Story Time. Have you ever got so caught up in what you're doing that you forgot to cheer for someone else? Well, today we are reading The Big Cheese by Jory John and Pete Oswald. Let's jump into this book and see what it's all about. They call me Cheese, the Big Cheese. Oh, say it with me, please. The Big Cheese. Ta-da! You better believe it. That's right, folks. I'm the biggest, cheesiest piece of cheddar around. I'm really something to behold. Take a good look at me. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Have you ever observed a more impressive cheese in your life? It's not just my stature either. It's my presence, my vibe, the energy I emanate, the excitement I exude. It's the way I fill a room, or a theater, or a stadium. Wherever I go, I cause a fuss. Heads turn, jaws drop, gasp are audible. That's why they call me Cheese. Oh, say it with me, please. The Big Cheese. You better believe it. How did I get such a good, or should I say, Gouda reputation? Well, I wasn't always a big shot. I grew up on a crowded platter in a tiny kitchen. I was an unremarkable little curd. We lived quiet life of pasteurization. But I wasn't happy with the status quo. Oh no. I wanted to make a big old name for myself. So I resolved to become a big cheese. I wanted the praise, the cheers, the spotlight, the attention, the ovations, the celebrations. I set to work, and before long, I was on the fast track to success. I dressed to impress. I shredded the competition. I stole every show. And then I'd brag nonstop to anybody who'd listen. What was the secret to my success? Well, I stuck to the things I was good at. That way, I couldn't possibly fail. Did it get a little boring, never trying anything new? I suppose. But it didn't matter as long as everyone agreed that I was, oh, say it with me, please, the Big Cheese. Ta-da! But then, one fateful day, I met Wedge. He was new in town, and he seemed to be my exact opposite in every way. He was quiet. I was loud. He was shy. I was bold. While I dominated conversations, he kept to himself. I didn't pay him much attention at first because why would I? I was too preoccupied with being the center of my universe. But then, without warning, everything changed. Here's what happened. Every summer, our tiny village staged an all-day cheese-cathlon. Guess who had first place trophies from the last 6 years? Oh, say it with me, please. The Big Cheese. You better believe it. This year's opening ceremony started at 5 a.m. sharp. I was fully primed and prepared to prevail. First up was a foot race. I zipped into the lead. Within seconds, though, there was someone on my heels. I could hear his breath, the pitter-patter of his agile feet. It was Wedge. I could not believe it. Oh, he was fast. Not just fast, but skilled. Disciplined. He paced himself. We were neck and neck for most of the race, but when I slipped on a rogue pebble, Wedge swerved, sped up, and beat me by a nose. A cheese nose. For the first time, I'd come in second place. Oh, the indignity. But there was no time to sulk because the next leg of the competition had already started. It was a game of chess. Before I could blink or think, Wedge had taken my king in 4 moves, and while I was busy protesting to the judges, he'd already moved on. The following events were a blur of loss after humiliating loss. Hat making, sheep herding, bread buttering. It turned out that Wedge was quietly excellent at everything. Even when he won, though, he didn't gloat. He was so humble. It was odd. It was disconcerting. It was absolutely baffling. Finally, I watched in dismay as Wedge trounced me one last time, and the day came to a bitter end. Well, bitter for me at least. I went through every possible emotion. No, boo, wah, until I finally exhausted myself. And as I lay in the muck, I heard a thunderous voice making the dreaded announcement. First place goes to newcomer Wedge Wedgman. The crowd roared in its approval. What had just happened? It was honestly hard to fathom. I closed my eyes. Suddenly, inexplicably, I felt a sense of calm come over me. I listened to my breathing, to the steady beating of my heart. Yeah, I had lost again and again and again. But after all that, I actually felt okay, relieved even. I suddenly knew that my world wasn't going to crumble. I picked myself up, I dusted myself off, and I headed home. Before too long, I spotted Wedge. He wasn't busy celebrating or bragging. He was just watching the stream go by. He looked content. We chatted for a bit. It turned out that Wedge had a fascinating life story. I found myself getting caught up in the great conversation, a conversation that wasn't all about me. That day, I realized something. Maybe it didn't matter if I wasn't the best at everything. In fact, perhaps it was healthy for me to lose for once. And sure, my ego was bruised in the short term. But over time, I gained some perspective on what's really important. Losing taught me about empathy and humility. It showed me that I become so focused on winning that I was missing out on the joy of participating. And it helped me see that I can live with defeat, even if I get a bit angry or frustrated at first. These days, I'm trying not to worry whether I win or lose. I don't have to impress everyone all the time. I let others have the spotlight. And I've taken up some new hobbies just for me. Yes, I'm trying to be a better Wheel of Cheddar. So now when I brag about something, well, I mostly brag about my friends. Because it turns out that anyone from a crumb of gorgonzola to a fleck of feta to an unassuming wedge of brie can be, oh, say it with me, the big cheese. You'd better believe it. The end. All right, so what did you guys think of the big cheese? Cheese was so caught up in himself and winning that he forgot that there's actually fun in just doing and enjoying the company of others. Now he's able to celebrate his friends and realize that winning isn't everything. Let's take a cue from Cheese and do some cheering and encouraging of our own. That's right. It's activity time. For our The Big Cheese activity, you will need your cheesy cheer sheet, a pencil, and some crayons or markers. We are going to take a cue from the Big Cheese himself and create a cheer of encouragement to support someone as they try something new. Grab a partner and an idea for something new you'd like to try, and let's get started. Think of the new thing you would like to try. It can be a game, a food, or even a new book or math problem. Once you have your idea, gather any items you will need to complete your task. Create a cheer to share with your partner while they try their new thing, and they will create a cheer to share with you. Here are two of the cheers we came up with.
Who's that trying something new? Joy, joy, is that you? You stepped out of your comfort shell and you did it very well. You are brave, you are strong, even if you do it wrong. Look, you tried, we're proud of you. You've shown us we can do it too.
After you've each tried your new thing and cheered the other on, it's time to journal about your experience. Here are some questions to answer to help you reflect on this experience. What was the new thing you decided to try? How did it feel to try something new? How did it feel to have someone encourage and support you while you tried your new thing? How did it feel to watch someone else try something new? How did you feel cheering them on and supporting them through their new experience? Once you've completed your journal prompts, share them with your partner and whoever else you'd like to share your experience with. Continue trying new things and encouraging others as they try new things too. Now it's time to say goodbye. See you later, alligator. Bye-bye, dragonfly. Take care, polar bear. Gotta go, buffalo. Good wishes, little fishes.